Welcome back. This is my series on Make Miracles Every Day, Elevate Your Daily Outlook. I have created 4 videos which can help us turn our day around, turn a situation around, to think better, feel better, and live better. That's what I'm all about. We're all incredible. We just get bogged down. So hopefully this will help. Now this video is called Tips and Quick Fixes. And this is a grouping of what we can do on the fly, or if we have a little more time, to shift our perception. And those of you who've watched my other videos know the theme and how I came up with it, but brief recap here. Been a big fan of the Course in Miracles, and one phrase has always stuck with me, and that is, a miracle is simply a shift in perception. It's simply looking at something from a different angle, with different information, through a different set of eyes. It can go from terrorizing us to being absolutely wonderful. So it's very important to know how to choose to change our perspective and have the magic of looking back and thinking, wow, that's amazing. That is a miracle. I used to dread this, and now I actually look forward to it. And all it takes is a few tools, practice, and being open to choosing and choosing again. So there are a number of ways that we can do this. And my other videos deal with different processes and exercises. And the three categories, you can watch a video on each of these 3. One is geography, one is MetaView, one is mark making with writing or journaling. So those are the 3. So that I'll start with that. Those exercises are a quick fix, relatively, 10 to 20 minutes at most, and they can be done when you have a little more time. Now, these quick fixes are even quicker. Of course, one of the most obvious is, and we used it in the geography video, is to change our body. When we change our body position, when we move it, we acquire more information in the world, and our brain opens up to give us more information. And another thing I've lived by for many years is move a muscle, move a mind. Any of you who do sports or dance like I do, it's the best. Move your body and everything shifts. There's enough energetic openness to embrace something new. The energy has changed. Move a muscle, move a mind. Also, relaxing and doing that very quickly. I mentioned that in a couple of the videos. Hard to believe, but you can do it in a minute. According to neuroscientists, to relax and reboot your brain, bring more blood to your brain, refresh your brain so that you can see new information, have new options, is as simple as 2 yawns. And to mimic the yawn until you get an actual yawn. But 2 yawns, when you say I'm going to yawn, you might not come out to be an actual yawn. But if you keep mimicking that motion with your body, you will yawn. So 2 yawns can totally reboot your brain. Also, 1 long stretch, slow, and really feel it. Stretch. Now that doesn't take long. And then mindfulness, mindful breathing. That's mentioned so often everywhere in the school system, are embracing that to keep the children grounded, hopefully, in these times. And that's slow, mindful breathing, noticing your body, the sensations in your body, but slow, regular breathing. Very simply, you can do it count to three in, count to three out. Stay very present with your body. So that's another way. So we have Move Muscle, Move a Mind. We have the tools in the video. We have the relaxation, yawn, stretches, breathing. Okay. And then we have a lot of questions. So when you feel your energy drop or you're frustrated by a situation, a wonderful question to ask yourself is, what would I have to think to be okay with this? How would I have to think to be okay with this? And this is sort of in line with the lenses. Step into a different lens. You could, how would so-and-so look at this? That might give you a clue. Well, they think this was wonderful because of X, Y, and Z. Can I step into that? What would I have to think to be okay with this? Good question. What else is possible? Another question. It gets your mind grasping onto the problem. It's off the problem. It's being open. It's saying, brain, come on, let's get going. Let's search. Let's find something with my past information and how we can collate it and put it together differently. Just that openness to new solutions can really help. In combination with movement, that's super. You can weave these all together. Do whatever combinations you want, but they all reap benefits. Another scenario to go through is, what's good about this situation? Well, it's raining and the picnic is canceled. What's good about the situation? Despite the fact you did all this planning, you had caterers, you had everything else, it was to celebrate somebody special. Well, my two nephews are in town, and they live far away, and I'll be able to visit with them exclusively instead of a huge group of people of my other friends, and that'll be very rich and wonderful. It'll be wonderful to be spontaneous and come up with something else for the whole group that can replace the rain. What's good about this situation? What, you say nothing. What could be good about the situation? I mean, really call yourself here. What's the lesson here? What's the lesson here? To be adaptable, to be resilient, to be more spontaneous, to choose to be positive about the situation of the rain ruining your special party. Might just be to choose and re-choose again until you get to acceptance. Another question. What am I saying yes to here? And what am I saying no to? That gets clarification right away. I'm saying yes to accepting this and knowing that something is going to replace it that is just fine. I'm saying no to whining and complaining and being in a negative headspace and being a victim. Why me? Why would it rain on this day? I've done so much work for this picnic with the family, blah, blah, blah. What are you saying yes to? What are you saying no to? Another great question is, how long do I want to suffer? It's your choice. You find yourself getting irritated and grumpy and you're just not happy. Okay. How long do you want to suffer? let yourself suffer. Get real good and grumpy and angry and mad for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15 minutes. Set a timer if you want. And then choose again. What's next? What's next? Because we don't need to suffer. It's simply a choice. All we have to do is change our perception of the situation. Choose to change the perception of the situation. Choose a different way to look at it. Another thing, what else could this mean? Well, in the future, I'm planning quite a few of these get-togethers because we've, all been on Ancestry.com. I think I've learned that whatever I plan, I'm going to have inside from now on. So, hey, this will be the last time I plan anything outside. It could be as simple as that, but you can always glean something. And then they're just a group of words that you can add to sentences. Well, everything has been a big mess in everything that I expected from this day. And add the 2 words, until now. This opens up the possibility, until now. Now things can change. Now there can be another choice. By simply asking yourself that question, it shifts. This day's been a train wreck until now. The word yet, just one word, yet. What do I not know yet? Very simple. Yet, once again, that opens the door. I'm sure there'll be something that I find out that I don't know yet. You're open to understanding it later. You don't have to label it right now as terrible or negative or anything else. And you can say, yes, I'm disappointed, and my relatives and myself all have to scramble to do something else after I made all these plans. Yes, that is true, but yes, and good things are coming out of this. They really wanted to go to that special exhibit at the Modern Art Museum, and they're leaving in the morning. This will give them a couple hours at the exhibition. Yes, and it gave me an opportunity to be with my 2 nephews one-on-one, which I didn't expect to have the luxury of that time with them. Yes, and so far we've got, for just words to add to sentences, until now, yet, yes, and then another one which really opens things up is, I wonder. I wonder what this rain will create for each of the guests. I wonder what experience they will have that is different than they expected. I wonder when I will hear what replaced our meeting together. I wonder. And then another quick thing you can do is at night, scribble or write the day's highlights. Have some magic markers or just a pen. And it could just be blobs of color. And it could be your meeting with Susie, your work project that you completed, some medical situation, whatever you consider the highlights of your day. Just scribble them out on a piece of blank paper. Anything that do the mark making to represent that situation. And, let's say 3 or 4 of the highlights. And then reflect on, how did you think about the situation in the morning? And how are you thinking about it right before you go to bed? It's a way of closing things up. And it's a way of seeing how easily your perspective can change. It's really fun. Something that you had trepidation about in the morning. Let's use the doctor. Trepidation about going to the doctor for something, or you didn't know what. It was a general thing. You had trepidation that something might be found that wasn't great, that might be inconvenient for you and have to be treated. Well, that evening when you've made your representation, your scribble of that, or your stick figures or your marks, your perspective is totally different, because your doctor said you're fine, there's nothing to worry about. Whatever you asked about, whatever symptom, that meant X, Y, and Z, but it was nothing threatening. Okay, well, wow, that's a perspective change. Did you have trepidation about your boss seeing a completion of something and it came out well, or maybe not so well? But in reflection, I haven't completed it the way it would be best for my promotion yet. Use the word yet. So it's a practice in seeing how easily you can shift your perspectives. We shift our perspectives all day long, depending on the amount of information. Each piece of information that comes in, well, I'm going to do this. But then somebody says, well, but they close at such and such a time. Okay, well, then your perspective turns from having a leisurely afternoon to being rushed, which can create a different decision. But you get my drift. So we've got the tips and quick fixes down. We've got questions, we've got body, move a muscle, move a mind. We have the tools and the videos. We have the relaxation, yawn, stretch, mindful breathing. All right, quick fixes and tricks. Practice and you'll get good at shifting anything that no longer serves you. That's the goal. Let's get that stuff out of the way. So brilliant you, creative you, fun you can be around to have fun with yourself and lift everybody around you. Okay, thanks for taking a look and experiencing some of the things that work for me. I'll be back. Creative Brain Balance Programs.